Oh, all right, we're here.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Elsa Lynch,
I'm Jack Dixon.
and we are bringing you live GCU Esports. We are up against Grand View Vikings today in
Woo.
Overwatch 2. Man, this is exciting. This
We
is
get
the
our
first
first stream.
match.
Yeah, we get our first stream. Unfortunately, last week didn't work out with Overwatch,
Yeah.
but we're here now, which is super exciting. You and I have been talking about this so much throughout these last couple of streams. Last
Oh,
night we talked
man.
about it. We didn't get to see each other Monday and Tuesday, but stuff like that. But we're so excited to finally be getting to look at some
Yeah.
collegiate Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch 2 did have a bumpy launch.
It
However,
did, yes.
everyone seems to be enjoying it, especially with the three new heroes. Unfortunately, I don't think we will get to be seeing at least one of them tonight.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Hugo,
yeah.
at least at the bare minimum, will be banned, as well as I believe Bastion and Torbjorn due to some recent bugs.
Yeah, that Bastion bug that's out right now. Have you seen how that
Oh,
works?
I've seen it. One of my friends actually had the unfortunate incident of experiencing it firsthand.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
so
It's
instead of
tragic.
Bastion having just the simple three-shot ult,
Yeah.
she got 6 shots down onto her in a single blow.
That
It was
is
absolutely tragic.
that's crazy. I've seen stuff on like social media too with the Bastion ult, and they've like completely removed him from the game. Like when you go to like look for Bastion in your damaged heroes, he's not there for you to
Oh
choose.
yeah, he is just completely off the board right now. Meanwhile, Torbjorn, I think, is only disabled in competitive
Yeah,
play.
and his that Bastion ult, I had the pleasure again being able to not use it, but it was used on me. It was like I don't even like you can't even dodge it. Like if he goes into the state
Yeah.
where he goes into his ultimate state and then he looks down, kind of like rain fire a little
Yeah, because
bit.
it's essentially just an artillery cannon.
Yeah, but crazy, crazy there. Here's our those were the matchups, but we're looking into getting these games started for you guys.
Yeah, we should be getting this game here started very soon. And I think this is going to be a very interesting lineup. It looks like right now we have Cynic Doge, Twinkerbell, Bomax, their Dawn, and Q-Tip in our starting lineup for the first match.
Here on
And
Busan.
that is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, we're excited to see this gameplay. Obviously, Grand View. We don't. I don't know if we have the stats or the overall record of the league yet. I don't know if we can ask for
Well, this
those.
is the first week of the NECC,
That's
so we
right.
don't exactly have any stats pertaining to us or the other players right now, although the scrim season was very exciting, I will say that much.
Did you get a chance to look at any of those?
I got
I
to
didn't get to see
see
any.
one or two scrims at least, especially for when we did have dry runs at some point. It was very
Ooh.
interesting to watch.
Any compositions that you saw then that you might see tonight?
In terms of compositions, nothing particular stood out. It was a lot of like your standard, usually having like some of the usual wombo combos,
Yeah,
of having like,
Zarya and
yeah,
all
like
that.
Zarya and
Diva and those kind of guys. But I mean, with the new format of the original Overwatch 1 being 6v6, it's now 5v5. Or was it 5v5 in
it
original?
is no, there was no 5v5 in Overwatch 1 unless
Yeah.
it was any sort of arcade game mode, but now we're looking at a
Yeah.
state of the game where now there is one tank removed
Yeah.
from the game. So
Yeah.
the composition will now consist of one tank, two DPS, and two support
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be interesting to see how GCU adapts to that new style of play.
And what I've been seeing personally in my own Overwatch comp games is a lot of the more like I don't see Mercy as much anymore. It's weird because like without the extra tank and the DPS like kind of being a little bit like it's like the same, but I feel like the extra tank helped in Overwatch 1 with compositions like that. And I think now what we see is a little bit less damage output. And so a lot of the support characters I've been seeing, Moira doing a lot of damage, Zen doing a lot of damage, and especially oddly Baptiste doing
Oh
strangely a lot
yeah.
of damage.
Baptiste, especially with that window, he can
Yeah,
be very strong, especially with those immortality fields that he can throw out for his teammates.
yeah.
And so far, I think when it comes to competitive play, we are looking at very easy to spot lineup of supports, which
Mm.
usually ends up being like Baptiste, Lucio, Moira, and maybe Ana. Ana
Yeah.
has been very strong lately, especially with how effective her biotic grenades can be,
Yeah.
especially in team fights. One hit of that biotic grenade onto everyone can cost an entire team fight.
And that's the thing is that with the biotic grenade, you're not allowed healing. It stables that healing,
Yeah, you
correct?
cannot get healing, and the only way you can fix that is either to let the time run out, or with the new hero, you could cleanse and get that effect taken away from you, but Kiriko is not allowed in competitive play right now.
Yeah,
So
so
that option is out the window. So
yeah.
if you have the unfortunate incident of being hit with that biotic grenade, you are toast.
Yeah, especially in a big team fight, like where like it's like all 10 players on the map are engaged. That biotic grenade, that shifts the entire momentum for one team right there.
It really
It can be
does.
very dangerous.
I think the only thing that might be able to be your saving grace is if you could have perhaps maybe a Lucio sound barrier, or
Yes.
even Baptiste immortality field, but even then, those are not solid options,
Yeah.
since either of those can be stripped away so easily.
Yeah, that Baptiste immortality field, it doesn't have as much health. I feel like I mean, I can't compare because it's been a while since my gap from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. I feel like it was like chunkier. Is that like a weird word to say? Like a little bulkier to take down than it is now. I feel like I'm not sure if they buffed the health on the Overwatch or on the Baptiste immortality field in this update with the new Overwatch 2. I'm not too
don't
sure.
think the immortality field received any sort of update, but it can be a little bit harder to take out, especially if you hide it behind a shield.
Yeah, that's especially dangerous. And obviously, we just got word there is no technical records right now for Overwatch 1. It is week 1. It's the week 1 of NECC. We're super, super excited. I cannot wait to see what we have playing, the compositions that we're going to have running, the different maps and the different strats. I like watching this kind of stuff because it helps me kind of improve my gameplay
Oh yeah,
going into ranked
absolutely.
games.
I feel like there's a lot to learn from our varsity Overwatch players,
Yeah.
and it's always a thrill for me to be able to see them in action.
Yeah.
Speaking of, there is one player that stuck out to me, especially getting to watch these scrims, and that is Cynic Doge. Cynic Doge is one of their DPS players, and by God, is he amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen Cassidy gameplay. I've seen all sorts of like weird like techniques that I wouldn't have even thought about.
Mm.
And they'd be getting like up to 3Ks in fights, like
Wow.
insane gameplay.
That is crazy. I mean,
I'm excited to see how Cynic Doge performs in this match.
do you know the lineup yet? Do you know who normally plays our DPS and our support and tanks like that?
Right now, due to the new 5v5 composition, it's a little hard to say who could be playing what. It looked
Yeah.
like we did have a player or two that I had not gotten to see on the roster
Yeah.
yet. So this will be definitely very interesting it's going to be new for both of us.
Yeah, and I'm excited, obviously, again. It's just, we're getting underway. We appreciate all those of you waiting patiently because I'm a little jittery in my seat right now. I'm excited to see this.
We should be getting
yeah.
started here shortly, though.
Yeah, I can hear it. Can you hear it a little bit? We are traveling. We are loading into the map right now. I had a chance to sit down with the coach Justin, and he's a special guy. He's talented. He has led this team very far before, and I'm excited to see what he helps them out with tonight. Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. And I can hear it again. Oh man, I'm so excited.
I can hear that load up music, and
Yeah.
it is gonna be quite the match.
Mhm. We're gonna see them on Busan, I believe, is what we looked at earlier. But yeah. That's right. Yeah, there it is. You hear it in the ear. We're in our way to Busan right now. Obviously, the first matchup of both of these teams in this Overwatch NECC League. We're excited to see how this plays out. I'm not sure if we have the correct, or not correct, pardon, if we have the exact format we're playing. Is it the best of 5?
Yeah, so these lineups do end up being a best of 5, at least from what I was told. And so this usually tends to line up similarly to the Pro League. So we're going to have it to where there is going to be 5 matches. It's going to be first to 3 wins.
First to 3 wins, perfect right there. And if we can see these lineups right here,
We are
that is
starting-
a Sojourn, I think. I believe that was a Sojourn on the GCU side, and I think I did see a Genji on the Grandview side.
We're still actively in the preparation stage, but we should be underway here. We are starting now.
2,
And so it looks like right now we have Synecdoche playing Sojourn. That is going to be very exciting to see. Q-tip on Lucio. That's a classic move right there. And then looks like we have a Bomax as the tank. That was number in a previous script. And so now it looks like GCU is already getting 2 kills on the engagement, 3 kills on the engagement, 4. That was essentially a team wipe as Grandview starts to respawn and GCU is capturing the objective.
Wow, and an impressive start right there for GCU, taking this early lead as this timer and this percentage seems to click upwards. This composition is interesting, and Grandview early deficit, so we'll see how they can respond.
Oh yeah, right now Synecdoche already going in, like starting to get some kills. Getting that Sombra is very important right off the bat. It will prevent them from getting any sort of advantage in your fight when it comes to Grandview. Because right now it seems like Grandview was trying to capitalize on using that Sombra, but it's not working because they switched it off.
Yeah, and the switch is going to be it's going to be a different way for Grandview to take this approach to this point right here. He's doing a really good job defending. Getting pushed back just a little bit, but I don't think anything to worry about something now.
Zarya's a really great choice, especially with her barriers and being able to. I do believe they recharge a little bit quicker now.
Yeah, so too.
That's gonna come in real handy when it comes to building up cards for yourself and for protecting your teammates. But it does look like Grandview is making some headway there. Right now the fight is sort of evened out right now. But right now Grandview did end up capturing. So now it's gonna be up to GC to try and take it back as soon as possible.
There that goes.
It looks like they succeeded. It is now back to GCU, and with less than 50% left, Grandview is going to have to make some aggressive pushes to try and take those points themselves.
Yeah, and we can see early on Genji here, Twinkerbell, already having the ultimate ready to go. Pardon me, Zarya did happen to use that grab early on, so we don't get to see any quick composition.
Oh, Womack's coming in, using their Graviton, but it didn't take anyone. But GCU still managed to capitalize on that little scare tactic, and they were able to get a full team wipe onto Grandview.
Wow, what a great team kill there for GCU, but not over yet. As you can see, 3 ultimates ready to be popped. That on a enhanced booster probably will go onto the Genji for Grandview. This is something that GCU has to take account for.
Right now, they are using those ultimates. They just used the
Grandview
Genji's blade. So now they're going in, but Twinkerbell managed to clap back at them, and GCU takes the first point of Busan.
Wow, and an impressive quick win right there with the Genji ult coming out from Grandview. It wasn't enough to even distract GCU. They took him out so quickly.
Yeah, being able to have a quick response and a solid defense against attacks like that is what's going to be key to winning these fights. And it looks like GCU has that on lock. So now let's start going into Sanctuary, which is going to be very interesting since similar to...
And look at this composition right now we're seeing.
Like that City Center-esque scene that we were just at. Sanctuary is also going to be more open than, say, Mecha base. So we're going to be looking at a lot of maneuverability here.
And if you haven't already noticed, Grandview is going with the exact same lineup as GCU right here. So it's a battle of this composition, who will take it in round 2.
Who can do it better?
Yeah. We saw GCU do really well early on in that first match, or that first round right there. This control point is going to unlock soon. 10 seconds to go. We'll see who can take it first.
And now you can see both the Lucios are kind of hopping along the wall here, trying to keep both of their teams alive while also avoiding the combat. And it looks like Grandview actually is able to win this engagement, and they are going to capture the objective.
Wow, and a quick 2-kill lead right there, bringing it up to 4 after a push in. Lucio being the only one to survive, but that doesn't matter because GCU is just getting back to the game, and Grandview just getting that first control point.
They momentarily jumped off the point and didn't fully capture. That was very interesting to see. Right now we are seeing GCU starting to slowly push in there, and Q-Tip being a little bit on the offensive with Lucio switching between the different cross stages at the moment.
Making sure to utilize both to healing and speed
Getting
boost.
some excellent saves on Stoker,
And Lucio's damage, I feel like it's gotten a little bit of a buff. I played a little bit earlier today. It's a little 3-shot combo, but it's gotten a little bit stronger. And we'll see that
It's
obviously.
a critical hit for sure. Lucio does do a little bit better in the damage department.
Uh-oh, looks like maybe Twinterbell got a little disconnected right there. Let's see.
Now, looks like right now GC is kind of staggering and trying to avoid getting finished off, but unfortunately, Grandview was able to also take out Senecdosh, so now GC is getting a little bit staggered in terms of respawn.
Yeah.
They'll have to try and group up because now Grandview is 60% on the second point, and if GCU doesn't try and get some leverage soon, this round could go to Grandview.
Yeah, and we're seeing obviously the new gameplay of Sojourner here. What interesting way to take this. She has the ability to slide, it's kind of like a slide cancel and jump, you just see it right there. And then with over time, the damage she does, she powers up her like cannon, and then she can right click and it could do massive amounts of damage on the squishy kids.
Yeah, so she essentially becomes a marksman with one shot when she builds up that charge. And it looks like GCU is starting to get those kills, getting Ana and their Genji.
And just a little more clarification, this ultimate here she can use.
Both those
Wow!
their ultimate, but six
Oh!
on the Greenview. What an incredible ult usage right there.
And that is so powerful.
Oh!
She's so close
Getting
to a
a
third.
critical shot onto Zarya, just barely avoiding death.
Incredible play right there from
And keeping them
Syndicate.
pushed back. However, they need to hold the point the entire time here. Otherwise, Grandview, as soon as they capture, it'll be round over.
You have to be careful with the barrier going out from Zarya. Great ult right there to be able to pin the Genji, but
Oh, they were away from the point and allowed Grandview to secure it. So now we are 1-1 and we are heading to Mecha Base
Wow,
for round
and
3.
that was crazy. I think what Grandview did right there is they used that Genji ult to kind of distract GCU in order to get them away, and they were so focused on that grab bomb that GCU used for the Genji ult that it totally caught them off guard, with Grandview being able to catch them off guard and get the point back in their favor, bringing us to round number 3.
And it seemed like UC was still trying to kind of recover from pushing in so far forward, trying to keep Grandview back, and they were trying to head back through that side building to the sanctuary. And that ended up costing them because they couldn't get back in time and let Grandview capture that.
Yeah, now here we are, an even 1-1, taking the top side. Both teams will engage here.
Now this is a more interior objective. This is going to be interesting to see how close quarters this really get.
There's that cannon bomb we were talking about. Luckily, Lucio there to help out.
Those are using those fields to try and get some damage in the GCU.
They'll trade right now for the Zarya.
Right now, nobody is trying to go and capture that objective. They're still in the engagement. Actually, Grandview going in for the capture point.
Only one on the point. Slowly but surely, they'll get it.
Right now, Grandview is kind of keeping them packed in there towards their spawn. It's going to be up to GCU to try and make an aggressive push out and make it their problem.
Yeah. And obviously, both Zarya's back into play here. Both Genji going at each other too. Slowly but surely, this clock is getting for GCU to get this point, but it's still early. They still have time.
Zarya is getting fairly high charge here, at least in terms of Bomax. But they're also sort of like, I wouldn't say gradually, but gradually, there we go, gradually increasing in health every so often. Making this aggressive push onto Grandview Zarya could be dangerous, although now it looks like GCU has reversed it and pushed them towards their spawn, while 2 go to capture the point. And marking just under the halfway point, GCU secures the objective.
Wow, great kick right there, taking Noah out from the Grandview side. Looking to get the Lucio, they'll get it as well.
Getting the set Oh, indeed. And now they are trying to keep Grandview packed in their sights.
Yeah.
However, it looks like Blues is trying to peek out from the opposite end to try and disperse GCU. Only slightly, and it worked. Grandview managing to kind of get their way out of that small corridor.
Oh, no.
But that grab, oh, there goes the sound barriers on both parties.
And they pick off both healers right there.
GCU took out both of their supports, and they lost Red Dawn. However, GCU did manage to take out it more in numbers and keep that objective to their side.
Just look out, Zarya stagger that.
Oh, and there goes Apia. That is going to be tough. Now they're going to have to wait for Apia to respawn in order to try and make any valiant push.
And this will take about 20 or so seconds for them to be able to get back in group formation and use Jolf and Ana with her boost, with Zarya's grab. For
there goes the grab, getting
two grabs, both from both sides.
However, those bullets came in mighty handy. Synecdoche managing to take out Noah, but Apia taking out both Synecdoche and Bomax.
Wow.
It looks like they are going to capture the objective.
So a great play there from Grandview, using both the grab and Ana's nano boost to push into this mid side, finally being able to take this role, and GCU has nothing to answer.
Yep. It's gonna be up to GCU to try and build up some ult charge and try and push before Grandview can reach that 80% mark. Otherwise, they're gonna be at risk of losing the point permanently.
Oh, and that's Sojourn, what we were talking about earlier in the last match. You see Blue Sandwich hit 2 out right there.
Although that is some utility lost from Grandview now, while GCU is slowly building up towards another Graviton, and Q-Tip should pretty quickly build up that sound barrier.
Yeah. Impressively done. We're going to see if they be able to go to this opposite side flank, maybe catch Grandview off guard, but slowly again, this time it's just upwards, and Genji versus Genji.
And Bomax and Twinkerbell work together to take down Noah, but Apia takes down Red Dawn. Twinkerbell then takes out Blues. Now GCU is starting to get the advantage in numbers. GCU takes it back before overtime ends. Now GCU is going to have to keep it all the way to 100 for these.
This is so crucial right now. This Twinkerbell Genji right here is stuck inside.
Oh,
unfortunately,
there goes
cannot
Twinkerbell.
get out.
However, granted, both Genjis got taken out. That's going to be up to GCU to hold that defense with the Graviton. What an amazing use. There goes their Lucio.
Bonus grab as well from Grandview. Zarya.
The Red Dawn got a nice use of that biotic grenade. But GCU is slowly losing in numbers, and that is it.
Wow.
Unless one of them can touch the point. There goes Q-Tip going in for a valiant touch, trying to avoid the touch, but
it will not be enough.
Map 1, Busan goes to Grandview.
Wow. Wow. Catching me off guard completely. We see the composition change early from Grandview after losing that first map into the second map. But here is GCU's play. Of course, there it is. Sojourn absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, like I
late
said,
in this
Synecdoche
first round.
An amazing DPS player. I love seeing those plays every single time. Always expected from him. However, yeah, that was an interesting first round, or at least first map, especially since GCU had such a tight hold on the first point, but then losing both points into that overtime clutch from Grandview.
Yeah, and takeaways from that, I'm not too sure because both teams looked very solid. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, it was like, I take out your team, you take out my team. Like, it was like kind of undecided. And I think what leads up to it is that first team fight. If you win that first team fight, I think you get control of the point, you get control of the objective, whichever map you're on. If you get that first team fight with the same compositions going against each other, it's kind of going to be like, okay, we have it first. Now you guys can have it. Now we have it, you guys have it, and we'll end with it.
Absolutely. It's definitely one of those like back and forth games. However, there was some misuse of ultimates during those rounds is from both sides, both GCU and Grandview. Especially when it came to the graviton
Yeah,
surges.
they seemed kind of panicky almost.
Yeah, some of them, like, at least in the early stages of the game, both parties, they were not able to get some into those graviton surges. And
Yeah.
so those were essentially only perhaps scare tactics, which didn't seem to like fall out very well in the end.
I definitely, and I want to say we did see Zarya of the GCU team. I can't remember who was playing Zarya, but we did see them use the grav solely on Ana, which kind of was like
It
at
felt like a
first
waste.
it felt like a waste at first, but once Lucio came over and tried to help Ana of the Grandview team out, and GCU using the Genji and the Zarya beam to be able to take out both of those support heroes, it was like, okay, the grab kind of worked out because
Yeah.
Lucio came to try and help Ana, but it didn't actually work.
Yeah, and so in an instance like that, it works very well. However, you can't always bank on that sort of response.
100%.
So usually when it comes to graviton surges, it's best to try and get as many players as you can,
Yeah.
and that forces them to try and either use their own abilities to get out of it, or just to find some way to like burn
Yeah.
through their abilities
Yeah.
to the point where they can't fight back.
And what I'm waiting for mostly for both of these teams, if we're seeing the same composition from GCU, we will see soon from Grandview. I want to see the Genji Zarya. I want to see Grav and his blade go out and just see a clean swipe or two through all 5 players.
That would be an amazing sight. And now we are going to map 2, which is Eichenwald. And so how this is going to play out is we are going to watch both teams try and capture and escort the payload as far as they can. So now it looks like Q-Tip's taking a very interesting offensive position up there on the rooftops.
Getting a couple of damages.
Oh wow, Grandview already making a valiant charge in through the choke point there. And trying to get the advantage, but Q-Tip gets an amazing sound wave onto Noah. NECC grabbing Zarya, and so now Grandview is forced to retreat.
Yeah, and an impressive right there. Obviously, the Sojourn NECC doing phenomenal as they've been doing all game, all night. It is incredible to see. I'm excited to see how this Eichenwald map plays out. We don't actually have the full lineup yet for the Grandview, but I did see the Genji, we did see the Zarya, so I want to take assumption that it is the exact same.
Looks like they do have the exact same composition here, so this is going to be interesting to see how their responses are to one another.
Yeah, and you can see Grandview not hesitating at all. You know, I feel like you take a little more time, try and build up your ult, and maybe see, like, hey, what do we want to do against GCU in this defensive position? But Lucio taking no time at all, using that sound wave, bumping Zarya back, trying to get her eliminated.
Yeah, Lucio is going in very aggressively. However, that may caught no, in fact. Red Dawn did a great job of saving Lucio right there. And
both of these Zaryas are
now
fully charged.
With Omax being nanoed and with high charge.
Oh!
They were pushing in, but Q-Tip got taken out by Blue.
Wow, an impressive there right there. We see the Genji versus Genji and Ana both kind of suiting right now.
Still has some form of an advantage. Yes, Grandview is starting to retreat, having to rethink their strategy.
And a quick takeout right there, making sure to put the Genji away of Grandview. Noah, unfortunately, going down from his dash. And he almost took out the Ana too, but just barely shot out of that.
We may have to watch out here. Because, oh, and there goes that Graviton from Apia and getting Pomax caught into it, as well as NECC being taken out by Blues. Blues getting 2, 3 onto the Red Dawn and Q-Tip.
Genji just barely slipping away right out of the grasp of Grandview right there. Close one, but if you can't tell, 3 ultimates ready to go for GCU and closely closing in on Ana's and Zarya's for the GCU team right here. It's going to be an interesting gatekeep for this next part.
Yep, so right now we are taking a close look at GCU trying to push in through the castle on the side. And managing to take out a couple of them and apply some pressure to try and keep them back and away from the payload.
Genji ulting early right there, taking out only one, but with an extra hand comes Ana to use that grenade. That'll help out. And she has her nano boost ready to go, but unfortunately, the only player who can really do damage in this situation is the Sojourn.
Now they're all just kind of waiting for that team push. Q-Tip activating that sound barrier, going immediately, and they are wiping them. They are mopping the floor with Grandview right now, taking out 3 already in that first initial startup, and now getting 4.
Looking to take out an Ana. This would be
Oh,
a
and they
great
go
pick
for the
right
Ana
here.
for that last second kill.
That was a great pick. Now definitely staggering them. They have to wait almost 7 more seconds for Ana to get back into this game.
Yeah,
And she's
however,
back.
they did use all of their available ultimates for that engagement. So now GCU is lacking. Only going to be having Graviton likely for this next push.
And we see a Sombra change coming instead of the Genji. So looking to hack would be pretty good
They
for...
did manage to force Noah off of Sombra before on Busan, so we'll see if they stick to that decision. GCU still managing to capitalize using that Graviton surge to take in at least 2 from Grandview. But Grandview managed to take out both GCU DPS players. Now GCU is going to have to back up a little bit while they wait for their players to return. Oh, and Apia coming in with a grab, trying to immediately kill whoever was remaining and proceeding to get Momax, but the DPS returned just in time to kill Noah and ZZ.
And I did trade right there, but it didn't actually work out. I can see why sometimes using this grab bomb just for one singular player to help stagger can be helpful, because if you don't notice, Zarya gets her ultimate pretty quickly, with her bubbles helping her damage rate go up, which increases her rate of getting that grab bomb again.
Absolutely, and getting rid of the tank in this now 5v5 comp is very paramount, because once you lose your tank, you kind of lose that defensive force that you have.
Yeah, completely, 100%, and defense is the best offense too. Oh, and a great pick right there!
Hitting that shot onto the Lucio, however, Blues clapping back and getting Cynic Doge. Wanting to get some revenge.
And
Noah getting Red Dawn. That. Now we have 2 down from GCU, and they're having to kind of hold back as they wait for Ana and Lucio now to come back.
With only 30 seconds remaining getting to this next point, they will be able to do that. 2 minutes remain for Grandview to finish this out, and they do it.
Right now, GCU has 2 ultimates ready, both for Sojourn and Genji. Both of those very valuable DPS ultimates. And so I'm thinking they may wait it out and wait for Ana and Lucio to have their ultimates ready as well, because this will be paramount to stopping this initial push.
Yeah, and we see 4 ultimates ready for GCU. I don't know if they're going to wait enough time for the Zarya to get their grab, but hopefully we see something soon, because Grandview's not backing down right now with 0 ultimates to be used. There's
barely missing the Sombra.
But just in time.
Tinkerbell going in, getting 3 off the Lion and Blues, and a 4th on ZZ.
Wow, and a close team kill. Noah was barely able to get out of that situation with the Sombra teleport. Wow, an impressive move right there, pushing Grandview back into their respawn. Only a minute remains for Grandview.
Cynic still has their ultimate.
Yes, that will be huge.
And then we are coming up on a Graviton for Bomax as well. So GCU still actually has an advantage here in terms of ultimates.
Yeah. And there goes the grab. Can GCU get this done?
That biotic grenade. Apia was antied.
There's the Sojourn Orb from GCU.
Both Genjis wiped out once again. Bomax taken out from GCU's side.
It's just not going to be enough from GCU. Grandview will most likely be able to. Lucio back on the points. This isn't over.
Starting to bounce around there like a little frog that he is.
And something to take
trying to stall it out as long as possible, so that way Decrease can get back to the point. Gross. Right now, GCU trying to push them back and off that objective.
And it's a great switch right there, just to have as much help as possible, using her foot and suck and kind of like absorb the projectiles that come out her. Oh, no.
The sound wave to his advantage to try and get the enemy farther away. But Q-tip goes down, and with the sound barrier at the ready, and to make it back in time to try and swing it back towards GCU.
Diva is so close to her opening right now. Diva is popping. It'll take them off the point.
She's going for it. There goes the Diva bomb. Will it hit? Yes, it gets Noah.
That nice shift to Lucio. Lucio on the third hand. He throws Lucio off.
They're going for it. Sojourn is very low there in the back. Now he's trying to get the shield. The GCU is being super aggressive and stopping them just before that third point.
Just under 2 full meters beyond that next point, which would have given them the win of a full 3 points in this round. GCU they have time. They have time.
Exactly.
They have figured out how to defend on this map, and they did a very good job in the end game right there, switching to the Diva. I think that bomb
being able
helped
to
them
switch
so
quickly
much.
to those characters that can reach the objective much faster, like Lucio, Diva. You could see that Grandview had switched to Doomfist to try and get there as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Getting those characters with speed is paramount when it comes to those ending team fights. But GCU may have an advantage here, being able to stop them just before that third point, because in this sort of game mode, if both sides get the 3 points, then it starts going into an overtime. So GCU just stopped that. Right now, they have stopped one condition. Now they just need to get to that point
I'm
and
here to support you, but
point
you
1
have to
meters
put in the
further.
work.
Just point one. That's
Just
all
that
that they
point one.
need,
All
and
they'll get.
we're gonna see obviously the same composition. I want to say throughout the entire, which I am totally okay with, because we get to see a little bit of a new character. We get to see Q-Tip on Lucio, which have been enjoying the entire games that I've been watching.
4,
And obviously, I'm still waiting for that grab bomb and that.
We may still get to see it. GCU is very aggressive when it comes to their attacks. And right now, with the current compositions that both sides are running, it's very strong. You have Zarya that can provide some protection to not just herself, but to her teammates. And then you have both Seneca and Tinkerbell playing range characters, as well as Noah and Blue. Having that Sojourn get yeah, that's tough. And as you can see, Ana with those biotic grenades can be dead.
Wow. Impressive moves right there, but you see with pushing daggers down, as Randy took their time, eliminating the Bastion.
he's healing waves.
Now he's just getting a little bit of pot shots in here. The Q-tip is pretty on the dangerous side here. Starting to lose some HP from taking on some of the firepower. Right now, they're starting to group up, and GC's getting ready for another push. Looks like all of them are past the halfway point towards their ultimates. And with losing Avia, Grandview just lost their defensive position.
And another take right there.
Gets that hold. They're going to capture this objective. And so now, question. Did they capture this faster? I do believe they did.
I do believe they did. They did manage to capture this faster. We saw last round when GCU was defending, they often were tap or just target one player. And that bomb from these enemies. Oh!
Ooh, I feel like that might have been a premature grab. It might not have been the time to use it. I feel like Grandview might actually regret doing this, because when it comes to this sort of game mode, speed is everything, and using it so quickly when they only just captured the payload, they haven't even pushed it through that gate yet, and they're already using ult utility.
And look at what we're watching right now. They are being held in their spawn. something that I don't think a lot of people get to see when it comes to professional slash semi-professional Overwatch. They're being held in their spawn. I don't imagine a world where Lucio's sound barrier doesn't come out right about this time, in this kind of circumstance.
Right now, they are managing to keep themselves stable and manage to come out the side exit. And there goes that sound barrier to protect from Genji. And they got that kill onto Noah. Noah not being able to get, as far as I know, anything from that ultimate, except Apia and Blue managed to take down Red Dawn and Tinkerbell there.
Wow. And
looks like GCU is trying to at least get control of that payload and get Grandview a little bit scattered away and unable to get to safety. There's Synecdoche starting to get some shots in. Bomax nano boosted and going after the DPS and their Lucio.
And slowly but surely, GCU finally making their way back.
Oh, and just barely missing Noah. The Twitch about getting VZ on the way out.
And low health right here, but she'll take her time with Johanna and a Lucio heals. Over time, she'll get back up with the full, as we see right there. It looked as if though, oh, this would be a great Lucio pick if GCU can get this off just out of the way.
Now it looks like Grandview's rushing to the objective. If GCU can keep up this slow but steady momentum, they actually might have a better shot here at getting to the castle gates. They still have just a little under 2.5 minutes. And if they take their time,
Great
like that
sleep.
sleeve onto Apia, amazing work there. And they're just slowly starting to kind of get, like, they're building it together. There goes the sound barrier. They are going for a push. They're going to try and overwhelm Grandview.
And we see a circle behind right here, which will help them. This is just mayhem that we're watching.
And there goes Q-Tip. Q is now down a support and Synecdoche.
That'll set them back a little bit with the Lucio CZ right there with Randy just receiving his ultimate charge. That sound barrier, I assume, will come out just a little later soon. This is kind of unpredictable right now. It seems as though Grandview has a great capture, great hold on this choke point right here. I don't know how GCU can be able to get out of this without losing all 5 of it.
I love to see, and there goes Noah using the blade, but getting killed right off the bat.
And that was the grand ult from the Zarya of GCU. That was Solmax doing great gravel just in time.
Both sides are losing their own players, but GCU manages to come out on top after they took out Apia.
Yeah, picking off Apia is huge for them. He seemingly looks to be the strongest player on this team, leading that force of the front line. Noah becoming second. Both of these compositions, both of these teams are playing phenomenally right now, and I am so happy to be able to watch this.
Right now, if GCU is now on the clock, having a little over 30 seconds. If they do not get the payload to the castle doors, they are in for a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, Lucio just being able to slip out of there.
Right now, with only 25 seconds left on the clock, it's a race against time. Can GCU win this engagement, or will they be stalled and lose map 2?
That would be so sad for us GCU Lopes fans watching this.
10 seconds.
And now it looks like there might be a last Trezal rush with only 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and oh! Q-Tip managed to touch, but dies immediately.
He got there!
Twinkerpel going in for a touch.
Can GCU recover from this?
That overtime's starting to run out very quickly. Oh!
Got there! Is there anybody from GCU to help out?
They are grasping, and unfortunately, map 2 Eichenwald goes to Grandview.
Rough start from GCU. We'll take a look at this play of the game real quick and see who comes out on top. I gotta say that. Oh, Twinkerbell as Genji. I like this. I believe this is the triple kill that we saw. Yeah. One
Oh
there,
man,
two
Tinkerbell did an
there.
amazing job with that blade. It comboed with Ana. Woo!
Crazy. Incredible. Incredible. Icon-walled map going in the favor of Grandview. It's not over. Obviously, if for all my actual sports fans out of there, these esports sports, if you know basketball, this is kind of out of the blue. The 2016 Cavaliers against the Warriors, down 3-1, never been done before to win the championship. They did it. I think GCU can do it
I do
tonight.
believe a reverse sweep is possible.
100%.
However,
100%.
right now, Grandview has been taking advantage of those swift attacks and capturing GCU off guard.
Yes.
They're just throwing them for a loop. And right now, overall, I think Grandview has been doing a better job with their ultimate usage and who they managed to snag with it.
And we saw Sombra come out randomly to try and help out with getting that payload push, and maybe that hack was good in that first round where Grandview was on offense. But I don't know. I think I assume we'll probably see the same lineup from both teams, as maybe that's the meta right now, using that Sojourn, the new character,
It's
along
very
with
possible, although I am expecting the potential to see Junker Queen.
Yeah, Junker Queen would be great. She obviously has her abilities are she has her poison knife. Is it a poison knife? Because I know it does damage over time the
It
longer
has
it's
like a bleed
attacked.
damage, so
Yeah.
essentially she can throw her knife and then she can call it back to her.
And it
So
also
it
brings
either
the
goes
player.
into someone
Mhm.
or you can throw it into like a wall past someone and then bring it through multiple enemies.
Yeah. So that's huge. That could be great for them. Along with her other ability is she just has this big hammer she pulls out.
It's an axe.
It's an axe, and she
It's a
just
big axe and it
swings.
just swings down on
She
you.
swing.
It is terrifying. I've had it swung down on me. I've swung it down on other people. It's just this big. It's like
Yeah.
a one-shot Reinhardt hammer.
I've had it happen to me before, and I'm like when I'm like playing, I'm like, what just happened? What hit me?
Yeah, it's like you don't quite understand it. Like you don't really hear it either because it doesn't quite have a sound to
Yeah,
it.
there's
So
no,
all you
like,
just
voice
you
line
just
or
hear the
anything.
death sound effect, and then
Yeah.
you just see that you
You're
just
like-
got sliced.
Yeah, you're looking at the kill cam and you're like, how much damage does this ability actually do? And I don't know exactly. Well, maybe we can
It's quite
take a look at that.
chunk.
Yeah, because on the smaller characters, the 200 health characters, I believe I want to say it takes out at least half.
At least half, yeah, because it does a significant amount of damage,
Mhm.
and that's why you only get one shot and then like a significant cooldown on it.
And what's good is the combo you can use that into the knife and then use her shotgun, which would be, I mean, it's pretty good. Like
Oh yeah,
I've
Queen has
been
some
enjoying.
amazing combos that can be pulled off. The real question is what sort of objective we might be looking at next.
True.
Because with us being told this is a best of 5, GCU is gonna have to do a full 3.
Yeah,
Game
3-0 reverse sweep. Yeah. We know that the newest game mode added is that push objective, which takes place. I can't remember the name of the map, but I feel like
There's 3 different maps currently in rotation for that, as far as I'm aware. There is Circuit Royale, there's Coliseo, or not Circuit Royale. My mistake. There's Coliseo.
there's one in I want to say
There's
it's like in France.
Esperanza.
Yeah, that's
That
the
was
one.
the new one that just came out. I don't think we'll be seeing Esperanza
Yeah.
here. But there is one other
Yeah.
map.
Can't think of it on. It's on. I
New
feel like
Queen Street. There we go.
that's
the one I
that's
was
the one.
thinking of,
Yeah,
New
that's
Queen
the one where
Street.
I got. Yeah, that's the one where I got hit with the
So-
Junker Queen.
I feel like
Crazy.
the only maps we could be seeing potentially for push would be New Queen Street and
Mhm.
Coliseo.
Yeah, and so we've gotten through the the capture of the objective game mode. We also have now finished the push objective or the payload objective game mode,
That was the hybrid that we just finished.
the hybrid. Oh, I
So
see.
we had our King of the Hill,
Yeah.
and then we had our hybrid.
Mhm.
So now we are potentially looking at either a direct payload push.
Mhm.
We have our fun tug of war with the robot.
Yeah.
And then for the last one, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. But I think we're getting in the game soon here. We're excited. Maybe GCU. I don't know if the NECC allows for timeouts or anything like that. But maybe GCU's talking this over right now. Justin, the coach out there, is thinking, all right, the composition is working, but for some reason it's just working better for Grandview. What can we do
We
to
could
go
potentially
against
see a
it?
switch in main roster depending on what the situation might call for.
Mhm.
So right now we'll just have to wait and see
Yeah.
how GCU responds.
It's going to be interesting. We don't have quite the information yet on the map. Obviously, the choke points and the holds on every map they're all different, and different characters work for different like compositions and different variations. So we'll see. Here we are.
Now
Oh,
we are on Dorado.
I
so
love
we are going
Dorado.
straight into our payload map. And so
And
Dorado, we are looking at something very similar to Eichenwald, except
mhm,
the Grandview will not have to capture a point right away.
no,
They just get to push the payload. That
mhm,
is all they have to do.
yeah.
They just have to stick to it and keep pushing it as far as they can.
Yeah, and obviously nothing changing for this GCU roster up top right there. Q-Tip, everybody staying their same hero.
However,
But, yeah,
Grandview switching up their composition a little bit. Still kind of making some changes here and there, but we are looking at a different support comp, looking at an Ana and Zenyatta.
yeah, I believe they had the Ana last couple of maps,
They have
but
had the
they
Ana,
didn't have
but
the Zen,
that Zen switch, as
and a
well as the
Sigma,
tank, Apia switching from Zarya to Sigma.
which is going to be very difficult for, I think, Grandview because while, oh, and a Sombra, it was Junkrat.
Oh.
Pardon me, wow. Interesting composition. I'm not sure how this will work out for Grandview. We will find out sooner than
They're
later
relying
here.
more on range, which could work to their benefit here, depending on how GCU conducts their defense.
Yeah.
It looks like they're trying to go up and around, perhaps? Yeah, they're trying to go up and around using that Sigma. And Noah getting a hack in, and those Discord orbs being thrown around, those can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah. With a Discord orb on you, you do get more damage dealt to you by all of the opposing players.
Oh, they're getting the top side push onto that upper level. They're trying to push GCU off of the high ground because, as Star Wars fans may know, the high ground, if once you have it,
Once you have the high
you
ground,
have the advantage.
it's over. But a great take back right there from GCU, being able to take out 3, the Zen just getting back from that respawn. Sigma down.
Oh, and
Oh!
that delayed kill onto Ana despite being slept. So now they're a little bit staggered on their respawn. They're going to have to wait for the Ana, or they might try and push with just a Zen, but that could end up backfiring.
I love the deflection ability that Genji has, using it against Widowmaker, against Sojourn with the new Plasma Blast that she has. That was what just happened. He used that deflection to be able to take out the Sojourn's Plasma Blast that was coming at him. That was incredible.
Tinkerbell getting saved by Red Dawn with that biotic grenade just in the nick of time. That hack definitely affecting his ability to keep himself alive.
Incredible.
Oh, what a critical shot onto Noah. So now there goes that slight pressure off of GC's shoulders, having to deal with that Sombra right now.
Zarya just taking shots, using the cannon of hers to just shoot some plasma balls over into that direction. Taking 25.
GCU actually is building up to 4 ultimates right now. They almost have all 5 ready to go. Although Grandview does have 3, 2 for the support and then their Sojourn.
Yeah, closing in right now with Gazeba around 64% away.
Oh, and there's the Nano Blade.
But luckily saved there from the Zen.
That transcended. Oh, there goes the grab. Oh, Tinkerbell going in and getting 2. Bomax assisting on that 3rd, although Noah takes out Bomax. Tinkerbell's going in. They're trying to kill the Sombra, but Apia protecting with that defense matrix.
And that was really well played there from Tinkerbell. Sombra not wanting to give them any space to heal or back up, showing as much pressure as possible.
GCU can kind of regroup. They have a chance to stop this push here right before they
Which
even
would
get
be
1 point.
huge for them. That would be so clutch, so crucial for them to get back into this game.
Oh, there goes a bunch of ults popping off there. We had the EMP followed up by a sound barrier going into a Diva Bomb that didn't hit anybody.
That's
But-
good with you.
Right now, there's 2 kills in favor of Grandview, but it looks like they're about to get that Diva out of next.
And they were just so close.
Q-tip, but Bomax getting... Oh, that is a lost engagement, and Grandview manages to get that first point and added a little under 3 minutes.
Yeah. So even though it is under 3 minutes right now, they had just about 50 seconds when we mentioned how it would be good for GCU to get a stop right there. They weren't able to do it, but they do know that this new spawn is here. So they have to be careful with how far in they push.
Exactly. There is a nice little choke point here that they could try and stop them yet again. We'll have to see how Tinkerbell going in, getting ZZ and Bomax getting Tinkerbell going back in and getting Honest. So Tinkerbell out here getting both supports. That is going to be vital.
That is so impressive right there from Tinkerbell. This has got to be top tier Genji gameplay. Wow, I can't believe both of those slides that she just did, both of those kind of like, wow, do we know what the ability is called for when he like swipes through everybody? Is it just like his dash?
It's just a dash.
Yeah, his dash, that with the dash doing damage, and by getting an elimination with the dash, you regain it and skipping that cooldown time, which is so huge for not only just using his ultimate.
Oh, we're looking at Bomax playing Diva now.
Oh, matching.
Running a Diva comp.
Yeah, matching the opponents right there, but still the DPS is different except for the...
But Bomax just got D-Mech, so now... Wow, Oppia's...
pushed in pretty far here.
They're pushing in very hard, trying to keep GCU away from the payload, and succeeding as they get to point 2.
Wow, and that is a little bit scary, a little bit dangerous. Oh my goodness, and just everything coming at the Ana.
And they don't stop coming.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. GCU is backed into this corner right now. They're staggered. They have to wait for Zen to get back up, but nonetheless, 4 ultimates, Q-Tip's ultimate almost ready to be used. 4 ultimates, I do not doubt we will see a GCU's quick stop right here, turn the tide, maybe put Grandview back in their corner.
Right now, GCU's almost got all 5 ults, so this is going to be interesting to see.
Great stick right
there.
there.
Goes the Transcendence.
Kind of a waste, honestly, from the Transcendence. Being able to take out the Zen would be huge, puts them shooting farther back.
We managed to make it pretty far before GCU was able to take it back.
What's the rush?
And 3 ultimates still remain from GCU. 2 on the Grandview side with the Diva and the Sombra. That combination, that combination on that right side from the Diva and the Sombra, that could be dangerous.
That could be very dangerous. We'll have to see how they coordinate this. Oh, and they're trying to push in on Avia. But with Synecdoche and Red Dawn down, this is a very difficult fight, having to force that bomb so that way Bomax can get their mechs back. But they've really boxed you in. Bomax is having to push all the way to the objective solo while the rest are kind of staggered behind.
So
and there goes that Diva bomb, but hit pretty far in the back.
And even right now, Bomax just managing to stay alive on this point. You will respawn and try and stop them a little bit. Down goes Bomax. Will there be any hope for GCU? 1 down.
They're running Brig now, trying to fight back in a brawly type style against Grandview in that last hope attempt, but
just
Grandview makes
not
it
enough.
20 seconds left on the clock.
Wow. That was... Wow. I don't even know what to take away from that, because GCU, they had a great hold at the beginning of the game and towards that first point just as they were arriving, but Grandview is not holding back at all. I don't know how GCU is going to be able to respond, because it's just momentum right now for Grandview. They're not stopping at all.
And so one of the dangerous things here is that Grandview seems to be more in sync when it comes to their ult combinations, and GCU seeming to be a little bit delayed on theirs. It seems like in terms of ultimates, they managed to get theirs rather quickly, but they're a little hesitant to execute.
100%. And we're seeing Baptiste now come out for Q-Tip instead of that Lucio. But nonetheless,
on the attack, it could be very valuable to protect, especially if Grandview decides to also take the same approach of working with the high ground.
Yeah, and Grandview not looking like they're going to change anything than what they had in that past game. We're a little far away from the actual action right here. So hopefully our spectators can help us out, and maybe we can see. There we go. That's some gameplay that we want to look at.
There we go.
Five.
Thank you guys.
Q-Tip switching off the map and going back to Lucio.
One.
Okay, so a Symmetra. I like the Symmetra play.
We're looking at a TP rush.
This is
Trying
good.
to get the high ground quickly so that way they can have it established.
And
Symmetra plays.
a quick
Very interesting. Automatically going back to switch to Genji. They just wanted to go get that TP and then go back and adjust. It's a move that I've definitely seen before in Overwatch games, but I've never seen it come into play during a terrific game.
Wow. And something personally I've never seen at all. I did not think that's a great strat. Use the Symmetra teleportation, get somewhere where you need with your team, and then switch back to be able to utilize that position as just from the Symmetra teleportation.
Both DPS are down for Grandview, but GCU did lose Red Dawn, but with the spawn being right there, there's not as much pressure on GCU as there is with Grandview. But Bomax just got taken out.
Hello.
Lucio all the way in the
He's
back.
going to brawl the Sombra. Very unexpected. Lucio is far away from the objective and his team.
Wow, in the back lines of Grandview right now. Kind of putting a little bit of pressure on them because Grandview knows, hey, I'm assuming in comms they're talking, they're like, hey, this Lucio is behind. Unfortunately, Q-Tip going down from Blue Sandwich. That plasma cannon blast that Sojourn has is so powerful. One headshot with a fully charged blast kills anybody at the health of 200.
You have to be fairly precise with it. As you see here, Seneca missed the shot onto Noah.
And I feel like something that would be smart to do right now
Nothing a quick
would be
repair
just
won't
go
fix.
in on the diva, go in on those people up holding that top right there, and risk some lives because while they have a longer way to go to get back to this point, it would be good to get them off balance and staggered a little bit. And 4 ultimates ready to be used right now from Grandview. This is looking, there goes the first one from Diva. Will she get any? No, that's unfortunate. The Sombra in now for the play.
Very intense engagement. Now they're trying to trap Appia, but that Nano quickly boosting them back up. There goes the EMP, and so that's 2 ultimates. Plus the Diva Bomb we saw earlier, that's 3 ults coming away from Grandview, and still managing to keep GCU back.
Wow, and just a little over 1 minute here, folks. GCU is pushed into this corner. They have not won a map or a game since the very first one that they played.
You likely should be expecting a composition change here. If not, GCU might be in some trouble because Grandview has been doing an excellent job of keeping that strong. Tinkerbell going in, trying to go immediately for the backline, but the Zen trans coming in hot and
Zenyatta.
keeping Grandview alive. Oh, they're getting a kill on the Blues. Will it be enough? Bomax using that bomb to get Zen. But Appia getting Cynic Doge here. GCU just manages to grab the objective and start to stagger.
That's good right there. They needed that pick online right there. Sombra being so pesky right now. Sombra, oh man. She's so fun to play when you're playing her, but when you're against a good Sombra, it can be so frustrating to deal with because she just teleports away. She hacks you, she teleports away, she lets Siva and all the other DPS players take advantage and just take control. So good enough right now. GCU finally using this time to move the payload forward. In overtime, unfortunately, they will get to this first checkpoint.
And that 2.5 minutes added onto the clock. GCU manages to save themselves and add some more time for their push. Now let's just hope GCU can keep this momentum going and not get stalled again.
Yeah, and what I've been saying is the Zenyatta from the opposing Grandview side has just had their healing orb on Diva and Diva alone. I feel like it could be a good play for maybe a switch, but we do see ultimates are just charging right now.
That hack mixed with that field, they're draining Tinkerbell pretty quickly.
Wow.
Oh! Sleep onto the Diva, and making her forcing the bomb that won't hit.
Diva.
Gomax is suffering though, health-wise. Going critical and now being mech. Are they gonna go for the kill? Gomax is trying to get their mech back as soon as possible, just getting little pot shots in. Q-Tip gaining that sound barrier now, so they're both support ults are ready to go for GCU. Are they going to utilize them during this fight to keep pushing forward? We'll have to see.
And I think a great move right here would be use all three. I know it's kind of selfish and kind of crazy,
that
but
EMP!
wow, and an impressive EMP from Noah of the GDU side.
Completely turning the tide of that fight.
Grand Canyon had the chance right there. 58 seconds and counting down. GCU 3 ults.
Oh, Q-Tip switching from Lucian to Moira. And now, with Cynic Dish coming up on their ult, GCU now has 4 at the ready. Meanwhile, Grandview only has Transcendence, but that might be all they need. We'll have to see how this engagement goes.
I think what's going to be so huge right here is if Genji or Diva use this composition, they use this Ana Super Nano boost to be able to take out, they need to take out at least one of the supports. There goes the Diva Bomb. Will it get any of the opposing players? No!
Oh! And that sleep preventing Bomax from getting into their mech. Now it's going to be, oh, Q-Tip getting a kill onto the Zen, preventing that Transcendence use. So GC is going to have to start pushing that payload while they keep up the pressure. Tinkerbell going in and getting a kill on the Blues with that blade.
This is time to crunch now. GCU needing to get this payload to the next point. But I don't know if it's going to be able to be enough. This would be great right now. Sombra can't go down, unfortunately. Get the Diva. Oh, the bomb goes out.
Breath. This is so intense.
That's a great ult right there from the Sojourner. But the Zen returns.
Oh, but still killing Blues despite that Transcendence.
Saved right
there. Are they going to be able to keep it alive?
Sleep on top. Sombra. Down goes Sombra. That's a huge pick right there. No more hacks coming out from SB.
That Zen is close. And there goes the Zen because of Q-Tip's orb, and now the Diva is battling it out on the payload.
A Tracer switch from Genji. Interesting from Tinkerbell for Genji to Tracer, but
Bomax is being overrun. No!
They do get it!
No!
It's not going to be enough, though.
No! That is very unfortunate. Grandview getting all 3 maps, not losing a single one.
Wow.
What a game.
Take a look at this blue sandwich play real quick. This, yeah, on top. Here comes the... Wow, 1 down. Taking out the Diva mech right there. She will not be able to snipe that, but getting the Genji just across. Wow. I gotta say...
Some amazing shots. And... as unfortunate as it is, GCU lost to Grandview Vikings.
Yeah. So, takeaways from that, obviously, well fought from both sides.
Absolutely.
Somehow, some way, Grandview just having enough pressure, applying that and not backing down, using the momentum from the past games and the past maps, those wins, going into this one knowing, hey, we know how their composition is. It's not going to change very much. And it didn't. And it didn't, and
yeah,
maybe
I was fully expecting some composition switches, but we didn't really see them until like towards the end, going into overtime on all 3 maps. It was insane.
I just gotta say, GVU against GCU. I want to see this matchup again. This would be so fun to see if maybe GCU can come back and take what was rightfully theirs.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate what ended up happening.
Pardon me? I don't know. We're getting word from the producers in the back room. I'm not sure what we're waiting on, but more to come this week. Tomorrow, Firefox Fridays. I believe it is 77 tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I'm not sure. I think it's
Firefox
77.
Fridays. Those are definitely events to take part in, whether you are local or if you're tuning in to the live stream.
Yeah.
Definitely a very exciting event to watch. You've got both a winners and losers bracket happening. It is very fun, very exciting, very big community to take part in.
Yeah. Crazy, crazy ending. But look at this. If you have not heard, Purple Rain, our newest Valorant series, $5,000 prize pool, gender minority entries. Open registration right there. January 7th to February 10th. We start on the 20th of February 10th. This is GCU's first ever tournament series that they've been hosting for a prize pool of this large. Wow. Presented by Rockstar, obviously. We shout out to Rockstar. We shout out to Canes. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring and helping us provide to the GCU community. I'm excited for this.